What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, we got ourselves a brand new weapon tier list. That's right, new weapons have come out ever since. We got ourselves some new SSR weapons for Jinnu, we got ourselves SSR weapons for brand new characters, and we got to add it to the list, plus do a couple different updates on things that are going on. Some things have changed now with the guild bosses out and about. I have not, just so everyone's aware, I have not added SR weapons yet. You can put them in the not tested section. I haven't had a chance to test them yet. So just think of that area as a very, as an area that we're going to have to eventually test, just not yet. I haven't got around to it. I've just been way too busy. Okay. So just so you guys are aware, I will eventually be doing that, one day, okay? Just so you are aware. All right, guys, let's just start off with the not tested section first. Okay, so it's going to be real with you guys. The brand new Truth Demon Holy Spear has not been tested by me. I can only imagine it's going to be top tier, but from what I've seen at least. So unless I have numbers myself, I'm going to put something in there for you guys just so it's on that in that area, okay? Now, for D section, we'll just put all the rares, all right? All the rares are going to go there for now because the rares, quite honestly, are very useful early on. They just become more like fodder once you are at a certain point of the game. There's really no point in using them. Plus, now that we've seen that Marble is no longer allowing us to convert them to SSRs or other ranks, they're just going to sit there as early game access. And so D will just be rares for now on. And so we'll do the following here for the real tier list. Okay, so we're going to go from SSS down to C. D will just be, we're just going to call it rares here, just so everyone's on the same page. And then we're going to go up here and just cover the rest. All right, let's start off with the worst of the worst. And we're going to go with the shield here, which reduces your damage from elite mobs, I believe, or bosses. Let's see what else on this list can be put there. The Golem Hammer, I still am not a fan of it. This one has a little bit more use now. So I think realistically, if we look at it, oh, there's another rare. If we look at it, this is probably going to be, even this, I'd say probably belongs here as well. The Broadsword. And I think that's fairly good for where we are right now. So in C level, that's probably the worst of the worst weapons currently that exist for both Hunters and for both Jinnu. Okay? Pretty much avoid these at all costs unless they somehow buff these or just way better options for each element to use. Wind being the only exception, there's really not many options, but the other two are much better choices than what the Rock Golem Hammer allows you. And then the fire ones are just way too many good ones out there to be using this over anything else. All right, so let's go over to B now. Now B, we got a couple different options here. I'm gonna go with the staff here, which gives you more power gauge from QTE. Not a bad option for someone like Min, by the way, who does give you more as well through QTEs. But if you are using QTEs, this is not a bad way to get it up. In regards to actual swords, I'd say this one here belongs to Orc Broadsword is not bad. Has its uses for like BOT. Outside of that, I really haven't used it much outside of it. Again, you just don't kill mobs fast enough, bosses fast enough for this thing to keep reprocking in normal stages, in my opinion. So that'll stay where that goes. And then we're gonna have ourselves the basic damage attack. Again, not enough Hunters really rely on basic attack as their core, except for like SM Beck is the only one I can really think of right now that really relies on that. But I'd say this is probably going to be where this list stops. Okay. Nobody else really belongs in this list outside of these three. I think the rest kind of can go up a little further, and we'll explain why shortly. Okay, so let's go with A. We're going to start with the SRs here. So we're going to go with this, which is going to give you more elemental damage. We're going to go with the core attack because there are so many different units now that use core attack and rely on it. This is not a bad SR option for those who don't have the proper usage. And then we're going to just say, from a weapon perspective for Jinnu, I'd probably say the Dark Gun, which is really good and fun to use, but it's just too niche again. And then I'll put the Baraka daggers up here as well, which is, again, an A5 version gives you like 100% crit almost. But again, it's just not powerful enough to use, and that proc doesn't really matter as much anymore because you're already running enough crit as it is. The only time you can really take full advantage of it is if you're in the red penalty, but you know, you're going to probably have Westwind in case. So I'd say this is a good roundup for A's. And then we're going to move over. And actually, you know what? I'll probably put the Naga Spear in here as well, too. Because after using it so many damn times, I'm almost under the... Actually, you know what? We'll put even this here, the Night Killer. And we'll put the counterpart. Let's just put the Demon... Let's put the Kasaka Blades here as well, too. I think this is a fair... This is fair. I think this is a good spot for all of these. They're good weapons. They're not great weapons. All right, let's just go with that. All right, let's move on now to the next section, which is going to be the S category. So S category here, we're going to have ourselves the SR bow, which is going to give you crit damage, actually quite a bit of it. We have ourselves the power gauge book, which is going to definitely sit up there. We have the grimoire, which is a great fire weapon, but just not as strong as the Orb of Avarice. We have ourselves the Holy Knight Sword, which is going to be your first light weapon for free from challenges, and the one that you're going to use fairly often. We're going to go ahead and put the Falcon up here as well too. We'll probably put the Falcon over here, just because it does give you quite a bit of debuffing power that you can use against many, many different bosses, including the guild boss, as a matter of fact. And then we have ourselves, yeah, let's leave it at that for now. I'm going to go ahead and put, yeah, we're going to put Vulcan's Rage here, all right, as the first SSR weapon. And I'm still not good enough, man. Still not good enough. It's still going to sit there. I hope they do some form of better buffing than that. But right now, that's going to sit. Now, if we talk about hunter weapons now, let's just go through a few of these, okay? Just so you guys are aware. Now, these are going to be a little more complicated. So I'm going to open the game up here just so we can go through a few, okay? So let's start off with Bex. All right, so Beck's weapon here does the following: increases the user's light damage by 4% when attacking target with white flames, increases the user's defense by 5% for 20 seconds. So this is not a bad one, but because Beck is kind of like kind of dying a little bit now from every other light unit that's out, and Gogan, he completely replacing him, I'd probably put this one in a good A spot as well too. So I'll put that right there. Another one here is probably Dong Su. So if we look at Dong Su's real quick, right, let's just find him right over here. Yes, you can see here increases the user basic attack by 3% when the Impulse, Rage, or Madness effect activates. Stacks up to 4 times, so that is actually really nice. And also increases his wind damage. So this one's a little stronger, but still, again, it's just not, in comparison to some of the ones that are already out there, it's just not going to do enough for you. So I'm going to put this one in A as well too, or sorry, in S as well. So we'll put that right here, and that'll probably sit there. And now, for the rest of these, they're going to sit in a different spot. Okay, so let's just go with the SSs. Okay, we're going to say right here, this is probably the order I go. Westman, we're going to leave alone. Now, as an SS, these are going to be weapons you definitely want to build, but obviously the triple S will take priority. Okay, so SS weapons here for units. Let's go with, let's look at limbs for a second. Okay, I think limbs is fairly decent, right? When uses a basic attack within 10 seconds after firing the Typhoon, it increases their attack by 6% for 30 seconds, stacking up to 2 times. Honestly, this is a very powerful one, but one that could probably sit down one more notch. I'll put it alongside here with this one. We'll just put it there, okay? We'll leave it there. Let's go with Emma's next. So if we look at Emma's, just so everyone's aware of what it does, so increases damage dealt to targets affected by the break effect by 4%. When heat absorption activates, the user's damage dealt increased by 1.5%, stacking up to 4 times. So this is actually a very powerful weapon. Big fan of it personally, and I would highly recommend for those who are looking to use Emma to build it and absolutely use it. I think it's one of the better weapons out there. I don't think it's top tier anymore because of what's been out, but I will say it is definitely up there for SS category. So one of the ones you definitely want to build over time and have available to you. Okay, Overdrive is another one I'd say is also SS. I'll put it right over here actually. So if you guys don't know what Overdrive does, I'll just quickly go showing you guys right here. Increases users defense spend by 4%, increases the damage of core attack, kill shot, and hellfire by 8%. So can be very powerful. You know what, this could even probably sit at the top SS category. If you really want to use Yu Se-yun as one of your characters, it's actually one of the better weapons. So you know what? I'm going to put it up here. Sorry, I apologize. That should go up a slot. Let's see. What else we got here? Let's go with Choi's. Choi is definitely going to get an SS because it does do defense down and also does defense burn, or reduces the amount of burn damage or increases the amount of burn damage the opponent takes. So pretty good, but a little niche. Really used for the guild boss nowadays, but not much else. So we'll leave that there. Let's see. I'm just trying to think here if anyone else from this category. I'll say Huntsman also probably SS. One of the better weapons out there, just not like broken. Let's see from Junu's list. I'll be real with you guys. I want to put this up here, but I haven't. So I'm going to say I haven't tested. I actually haven't tested the 1000% yet. Okay, the new increasing damage where they double the damage. I haven't had a chance to test. I will still feel comfortable putting it here for now, but I could also consider this a non-tested, new buffed version of this. If this was before, it would fall like right around here, but now with the new update, I feel like it's going to sit here. But I'll be real with you guys. I just haven't had a chance to sit and test this one fully out yet. We're going to put the scythe lower by 1 now. We're going to say it's the best weapon there for SS because the new Zeke fragment has taken over. Now, I will say this. The Zeke fragment is in fact a whale weapon for now. Your scythe, if you're free to play, is still going to do more than enough damage. So you can say it's SSS for free to play players, but for overall, it's now dropped a spot because of all the other 3 weapons that are now available to everybody. Okay, so just everyone's aware on that. Hansi May, I'm going to put also here in this category. The reason why is because it requires A5 to really function well. Outside of that, the 5% extra damage for that massive cooldown is really not worth it. I'm going to also put in... do I want to put in Chaz? I'm debating on this one. This is a tough one. The reason why I'm debating on this one here is, I'll show you guys why here. So let me find it right there. So increases her basic attack, right? Which isn't a big deal for her, but when the user uses basic skill, increases basic skills, which is a big deal. When the user uses basic skill, and increases her crit hit damage for 12 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. So it is very, very powerful. You know what? We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. We'll probably swap this one out and put this as S. So let me go back into crafting. Where is that? Do I have that? I hope I have that on the list. Let's see. Do I have it? Oh, I don't have it. Okay. SM Beck is not on the list, guys. SM Beck will fall under SS. Okay, sorry, I apologize. Don't have SM Beck. I'll add him at the end, maybe after this is all done. And I think that is a fairly decent roundup. I'm just thinking if there's anybody else. Honestly, like, I want to put Gunhees here as well. I don't think his is OP broken. The rest seem like they belong up there. You know what? I'm going to swap this out as well. We're going to put this down here. I think that makes more sense, okay? So there you guys go. Now, add SM Beck to this list, and you got yourself a pretty well-rounded list, in my opinion. Now, if we start going back to the top tier list, let's go with the stuff that matters the most, okay? So first off, Phoenix Soul, Grimoire, let's say Plum and Moon are very similar. And then Zeke's. Okay, so Zeke's here is the strongest new weapon in the game, next to the Phoenix Soul. Grimoire is incredible. I put these 3 together just because they're universal weapons and they just do everything you need it to do. And then of course the West Wind will sit right here as well too, as the top tier weapon in the game. And then we have ourselves all of the SSR weapons for characters. So Bunny Bun Bun for Mirai. Very important. Believe it or not, Meilin's, in my opinion, super important. It increases attack as well as reducing cooldown, which is super good. We have Alicia's, of course, which is extremely powerful. We have Chaz, which is extremely powerful. That's right. Lee Bora's now is also huge now for universal damage for all bosses that you fight. Saz, you know what? Saz, I'll still put here. Because she does do so much damn damage. Min's also universally used to increase damage. And then now Wu's also. So these are the main hunters, that weapons you actually want to build that are going to have the most amount of impact for you in the game. And then these are the weapons I'd say, look at this. Look at Dark. Dark is just dominating from a weapon perspective, right? You can still arguably put this down here, but I think just to make it fair, and because we have so many Dark weapons now available to us, I'll put it up there. So remember, the only difference here is I would add SM Beck, all right? So there you guys have it. That is the full weapon tier list. Let me know what you guys think. I've done a lot of testing on all of these now on my main account. The only 2 that I haven't had a chance to, of course, is the the Demon Spear and the Scatty's new A5 effect, which I'll try eventually and let you guys know how it works. Right around here. There you guys go. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.